Welcome back, Truth Seeker. It's May 2nd, 2022. This evening, one of the top breaking stories is that a leaked draft penned by Samuel Alito of the U.S. Supreme Court shows that Roe v. Wade will be overturned. And it's not an accident that this news is breaking May 2nd, 2022. I've talked about this pattern so many times with abortion legislation. May 2nd is the 122nd day of the year, and in Gematria, abortion equals 122, and the day Roe v. Wade took place in history was January 22nd, a date that can be written 1/22. And the last time I really focused on the date January 22nd was the date Bill Gates supposedly got his COVID vaccine, which was January 22nd, 2021. And, of course, he got that on the 122nd Meridian West in Seattle, which is also the same meridian the city of San Francisco is on, where the Satanic Church was once established in San Francisco. And in Gematria, both Satanic and San Francisco equal 122 as well. And notice, we just passed the 49th anniversary of Roe v. Wade. January 22nd, 2022 was the 49th anniversary. Today's news comes on a date with 49 numerology. That's a big number in Washington, but I want you to think about how next year will be the 50th anniversary if it makes it. And again, if you're new here, Gematria is very simple. It's the alphabetic order, forwards and backwards with the rules of numerology. Notice how abortion is 122 and 50 when you run the alphabetic order in reverse and run the alphabetic order in reverse with numerology. In the same cipher, Satanic is 122 and 50. And notice when I write out San Francisco, when you run the alphabetic order forwards, it's 122 and 50. And again, the Satanic Church was established in San Francisco on the 122nd Meridian West. Bill Gates, who I'll come back to, his father is big on eugenics, and he's one of the founders of Planned Parenthood, who's the agency that helps a lot of people get abortions. And I want people to understand, abortion's a big topic, and there's a lot of different people who get a lot of abortions for a lot of different reasons. I used to work in a teen homeless shelter. There are a lot of young women who are in bad situations, who are homeless, who do get raped, who do become pregnant, and some of those young women, they're against abortion, so they choose to father the children. There are some women who are, they're homeless, they're in a bad situation, they're 14 or 15 years old, they're pregnant, and they can hardly take care of themselves, and they don't think they can take care of a child, so, they go and they get an abortion, and it's usually Planned Parenthood who helps out those services. So rather than be judgmental on that subject, again, the point I'm trying to make is Bill Gates' father is big in abortions. And Bill Gates, who's born on the same day as Jonas Salk, Mr. Vaccine, is big on vaccines. And again, the currently rushed out COVID vaccines, part of the testing, I don't believe fetal material is actually in the vaccine. I think it's that it's used in part of the testing of the vaccines. That's what the media has clarified. I know at the beginning of the pandemic, people were getting their videos taken down for medical misinformation for saying that fetal material was in the vaccines. And anyway, regardless, they're part of the process. So the other thing I want you to think about is, abortions deals with babies, and we're on the verge of having the COVID vaccines approved for 6 months and older. And of course, Bill Gates did give that 2010 TED Talk also on the 122nd Meridian West, where he talked about how we need to reduce population. And we can do it if we do a good job with you-know-whats. Just like how his foundation's across the street from the world's biggest needle, the Space Needle in Seattle in King County, where kings wear the crown and corona means crown. Anyway, you got to talk halfway in code because all the censorship. But I think you're following the point that I'm making. Population control has been a big focus of the world elite, if you want to call them that. I think a better name for them is the powers that shouldn't be. And Roe v. Wade was passed January 22nd, 1973. Henry Kissinger, who still walks the earth, he had his first big conference about population control in 1974, so the year after this. And if they are going to overturn Roe versus Wade, understand it's political, it's strategic, it's numerological, and it shows where we are in the agenda now with perhaps the better method of population control. They don't need abortion anymore. They have they got another little tactic. So you can only say so much. Freedom of speech is not welcomed on Big Tech, which is controlled from the 122nd Meridian West, right next to the Jesuit University of Santa Clara. And remember, 122 is big with the Jesuits. Their motto, E Sus Hominum Salvator, equals 122. Like the first Jesuit Pope, Pope Francis, equals 122. And as we talked about not long ago, abortion was finally legalized in Argentina. I don't know if finally is the right word, but it was recently legalized in Argentina, which is the Pope's native country. And again, with regards to Pope Francis equaling 122, the first Jesuit Pope, today's is 137th day of his age. Washington, D.C., government and authority all equal 137. But yeah, it's annoying to not be able to speak outright. And even speaking in code, they could end up taking down the video for what I've already said. Keep in mind, Jesuit order equals 72, and Sam Alito, who apparently wrote the opinion draft that's been leaked, he just turned 72 on April Fool's Day. And again, everyone's reporting the same thing tonight. It's the breaking news all tonight. 10 minutes ago on CNN, an hour ago on Politico, who broke it, 44 minutes ago on the Daily Beast, 19 minutes ago on The Hill. Again, Politicos who broke the stories, what they're telling us. But how CNN wrote it up: in a stunning breach of Supreme Court confidentiality, Politico has obtained what it calls a draft of a majority opinion written by Justice Samuel Alito that would strike down Roe v. Wade. And again, I'm always amazed how when I finish a video in the comments, like one of the first comments is, "What's the point of knowing this?" It's like, what do I have to get inside your brain and squeegee out your third eye? Because every single day, you guys, this is how our reality is controlled and contrived. I mean, but anyway, the draft was circulated in early February, according to Politico, who's breaking the story today. The final opinion has not been released, and votes can change before opinions are formally released, a Supreme Court spokesperson declined to comment to CNN. CNN has not independently confirmed the document's authenticity. Politico says it has authenticated the draft. And here, just to go back, you remember how we've had a series of abortion, laws and changes by the numbers in recent months. It really started with Texas with the 6-week abortion ban. And remember, that happened September 1st. Remember, it was a 6-week abortion ban, one of 666 legal changes brought up by Texas that day, 666. And September 1st, there's two ways to express that day. It's the day leaving a total of 121 days left in the year, where Revelation's 121. But if you count September 1st through December 31st, there's a total of 122 days there. And then Oklahoma followed with another ritual by the numbers, and there's been a few more in between. But again and again, I'm talking about abortion and 122, given this lesson so many times on Roe v. Wade. And now for this to be published and be the breaking news on the 122nd day of the year. Again, you guys, it's tragic that the rest of the truth community refuses to share this knowledge, because it is the knowledge to see through the way we're lied to, deceived, the way the rituals unfold day after day. And again, it exposes so much, from rigged sports to rigged elections to rigged news to ritual murder. And if you don't follow my website, GematriaEffect.News, again, just more and more information by the day. If you do read one of the latest posts, the last video I did was on the significance of the nuclear scare, the threat against the UK from Russia. But turns out Amber Heard also fits in with that riddle, and I'll save that for the reading minds. If you want to come check out the site, GematriaEffect.News, read the post. But we'll keep it short and sweet. Again, keep your eyes peeled. May 24th, which is always an interesting date, that'll be 122 days after Sam Alito's birthday. So see if we get an update on this May 24th You might recall that was the day in 2017 Jesuit-educated Donald Trump was posing at the Vatican with the Jesuit Pope, Pope Francis, the 144th day of the year. Jesuit order does equal 144, also 72, like how Sam Alito just turned 72. Let's not forget that President Trump and President Biden, who are both Jesuit-educated, both their names equal 72. The election was simulated with Biden winning at Jesuit Georgetown June 12th, 2020, 144 days before the election, that he would win. Anyway, again, learn the knowledge, see through the deception, understand the agendas. And for all the people who think this is a big win if they overturn Roe v. Wade, realize these people, they don't give humanity wins. It'll be more like Russian roulette with your baby. Your baby might get aborted by something else that's mandatory at the hospital, Remember, there are midwives. So, yeah, we'll leave it there. Hopefully you understand what I'm saying. And until next time, Truth Seeker.